Alright guys, this is a quick video to do with Green Arrow's hard knockdown combo. It's a sort of bread and butter staple of his game. For those of you that don't know what it is, it generally starts from a frozen arrow, and it allows you to end with a frozen arrow with a hard knockdown and with like a 50-50 setup. Usually it's off a down 1 ice arrow, or it's off a jump 3 ice arrow, and then it's something like that. And that's the sort of general mix-up. If you guys were watching EVO at the weekend, which you definitely were, you would have seen Chris G using Green Arrow, and he employs this exact same thing. And this is Green Arrow 101. This is pretty much what you do with a character. The only problem is, as good as Chris G is, and he's got the most tournament wins, the most tournament experience with his character, so therefore he is the best. But he found himself in a problem when he came up against characters that knew that this isn't an option select, and I'll show you why. Let me see if I can just record this for you real quick. Right, so this isn't an option select, right? You don't have to respect this at all, okay? You can just mash dash back, and he can't get anywhere near you, right? So that becomes a problem. And then even on characters that have a shitty backdash, like Green Lantern, they have an incredible wake-up game, and you're in the distance where he can just, anytime you think about doing something, he can just do a wake-up, and you're going to get lifted. So this becomes a problem, because then Green Arrow kind of has an ice arrow from back here, and you can't really do anything. So the universal answer to dealing with this character is not respecting the ice arrow and just dashing back. So what I do with a character, or what I think people should do with a character when they come into certain matches, is use the fire arrow, right? Now, people that want to dash back all the time, I'll show you a little setup that I do. It's technically the same thing, but you just end with the fire arrow, and just a quick neutral jump and then a quick arrow. What this does is this stops the opponent from crouching. This also stops the opponent from being late on the backdash, right? If the opponent's a little sloppy on the backdash, that's going to catch them, even with somebody like Black Adam. Now the only problem again is, if you don't respect this and just mash backwards, just keep mashing it, you'll be out of range. You'll be out of range. But you only have to do this once on the opponent to take all the guesswork out. Once they escape this once, you know the only way they're getting out of this is because they're either guessing correctly, which they don't want to do, they want to dash away, or they're just mashing backdash, and a low arrow will always catch the backdash. This kills the backdash completely. And I'll show you. I'll mash back and I'll duck. You should be getting 40% if this arrow hits. This is because they're not respecting the like I'm holding down there and I can't really do anything about that. So you've got 40% and you've got a knockdown with advantage and another arrow stocked. You're looking at nearly half the life of the opponent. I mean, you're getting 40% and then they could eat another 8% arrow, and that's really huge. And that's one of the things about the character they weren't really exploiting. When you have somebody who's sort of stopping you from attacking, it can be a problem. I think we've seen that at the weekend whenever he came up against Denzel. Denzel knew that wasn't an option select, or at least it looked like he did, and he knew how to deal with it. And he was using Green Lantern. He has a great wake up game, and in a tournament you fear the random lift. So when you come up against characters like that, you don't go for the hard knockdown. You just try to knock them away, and use a different combo. And this one's this. Just knock them away and load the fire arrow. Again, if they're sort of backdashing I can't even mash dash back and duck full screen because I fired a low arrow. So there's your 40%, and then you've still kind of got the other arrows. So this is something players need to employ. They don't always need to go for the ice arrow and the hard knockdown, which is great as it is. I mean, the issue with it again is, I'll show you the ice arrow one. You're out of range to do anything anyway. Oh, let me do that again. Sorry. You're completely out of range to jump. You're out of range to throw. You're out of range. Sorry, I'm trying to do this. You're out of range to back 3. You're out of range to jump 3. You're out of range for everything. So your rush down actually stops, because if I even decide to jump in, even people like Green Lantern, they have a bad backdash and they can get out of this. They don't have to respect this at all. They can just get out of it. So you see where the ice arrow comes up short. It's not the universal answer for everything. In certain matchups, like playing against Joker or whatever, it's totally fine. But they're not the characters that Green Arrow has a problem with. It's Black Adam and Green Lantern for one. Characters with great backdashes and characters with superior wake-up games. You can't always go for the ice arrow. So that's one of the fire arrow things. There's a couple more videos coming to do with the regular arrow and a couple of setups and stuff that does work. It's not just little things that I think are cool or whatever. I rigorously test this stuff. So yeah, guys, post some comments and let me know what you think. It's potentially 48, 50 odd %. So cheers.